Today, we're looking at Colorverse Cat. Hi, I'm Adam, and I'm an ink guy. I get inks, test them, and share the results with you. Now, Colorverse Cat is a part of their Season 3 line of inks, and it's also a shimmery ink. And it's blue. To make sure I have a range of writing experience with this ink, I do the writing samples. I then put the ink into a different pen for a day. I then put it into a Cross Baily with a medium nib to take my notes for this video. Now before we get to the writing samples, let's take a look at the sciencey bits. And up first is chromatography, and I agree with Vita that I've learned a lot by doing multiple chromatographies. The one on the left is done the way it's supposed to be done. I put a line of ink down and immediately dunk it into water. We see that it is a light blue left behind as it pushes up the page to become a darker blue and a very dark blue line at the top. The one on the right I let dry for 10 minutes before I dunk it into water. And the line across the bottom is much darker, making it want to hang around some. Now, a lot of what's hanging around is the shimmer particles. Strangely, it's got this kind of greenish area in the middle. I don't know what happened that it's really not there. It's like it went around with the light blue, and the dark blue is a larger dark blue with some purpley tinges in it and a very, very dark blue at the top. Resistance tests are done to see how this ink can be expected to perform on the page, and more importantly, how hard it might be to clean out of your pens. Now I let the smear dry for 3 days before testing it. Looking at the highlighter, this ink does not like to be reactivated at all. It does not do well. Don't use it as a note taker. Water completely reactivates and starts pulling a lot of it up the page, but first thing it's pulling off and really moving is all of those shimmer particles. But it looks like a lot of this ink is left behind. It's pulling it up, the darker spots, but leaving all the lighter spots behind. Pen flush does a lot more for cleaning it out of the pen. We start to see a little bit of the white of the paper come through in some areas. I think it will take pen flush to get this out of your pen. Now bleach is completely removing it from the page. It's taking the particles and all of it, but I would hope that you don't need to get to bleach to get this from your pen. For the inks I've tested, I've found an average viscosity of 2.5, with the realm of normal being from 2.1 to 2.9. Colorverse Cat has a viscosity of 2.51, which puts it almost perfectly on average, but it is normal. To find my average dry times, I use my writing samples done with the extra fine and medium nib on Clairefontaine, Tomoe River, and Rhodia paper. For the inks I've tested, I found an average dry time of 17 seconds, with the realm of normal being from 13 to 21 seconds. Colorverse Cat has an average dry time of 19 seconds, making it very normal. Now, let's look at the writing sample. I got this ink in bottle form, and I don't know, these particular little bottles don't seem the most useful to me. There's a lot of pens I have trouble getting in this tiny little opening. And that's without talking about it being a glittery ink. So to sit there, I'll start with that. It's a glittery ink. Okay, it's a shimmer ink. And people keep, they keep calling it's glistening. It's not shimmer. But this does everything the shimmer inks do. This has the same particles the shimmer inks do, and it is the same problem those shimmer inks do, where it smears away. I just haven't chemical tested this one yet. Looking at Clairefontaine, we have no bleeding, no ghosting. The 1.1 has no feather, no spread, no halo, no sheen, no shade. If there's shade, it gets hidden by the glitter that I'm going to have on my hands for, now it's going to seem like weeks because I've touched this stuff. The extra fine, I mean, there's so much glitter in this that it impedes the enjoyment of the blue. The extra fine has no feather, I'll just skip the pens. The extra fine has no feather, no spread, no halo, no sheen, no shade. It has glitter. That's not sheen, it's just got that shimmer to it. 14 seconds to dry. The medium has no feather, no spread, no halo, no sheen, no shade. Any shade that it could have gets hidden entirely with the shimmer. 18 seconds to dry. The scrubby actually does look like it should have color variation, and it can be there in the writing. I'm not seeing it as a result of the shimmering. The smear test says I can expect to recover this if I did smear it. Tomoe River. We have no bleeding. We have ghosting. The 1.1 has no feather, no spread, no halo, no sheen, no shade. It has glitter. Extra fine has no feather, no spread, no halo, no sheen, no shade. 19 seconds to dry. Again, all of the nice qualities of this ink, I think, are hidden. I even think a lot of the nice blue of this, writing with this without the shimmer in it, this particular blue, is very nice. It's just there's so much shimmer particles. It's not a shimmer, it's a glisten, but you see all the same shimmer particles on the bottom of the ink, and before you use it, you still have to shake it up, just like all of the sparkly inks. Anyway. Medium has no feather, no spread, no halo, no sheen, no shade. 27 seconds to dry. The extra fine and the medium show us that we're not going to get any color variation, and the smear says you can't recover it. On to Rhodia paper. I'm sorry if it's that obvious that I don't like the shimmer inks. I've tested at this point over like 40 of them. The Rhodia has no bleeding, no ghosting. The 1.1 has no feather, no spread, no halo, no sheen, no shade. The glitter shows. I have the light turned down so that you can actually see the writing instead of the reflection. The extra fine has no feather, no spread, no halo, no sheen, no shade. 15 seconds to dry. I just think all the qualities are getting lost in the glitter. Medium has no feather, no spread, no halo, no sheen, no shade. 18 seconds to dry. The scrubby, it looks like there might be some shade in there. Again, a lot of it's just getting lost in this glitter, but the smear shows you could recover this after you smeared it. So I went and I looked at the yellow paper. Again, just trying to see if I can find a difference with the white paper. Again, the problem I'm really running into is that the shimmer particles glisten, if we have to call it that. But the shimmer particles, that becomes the real problem I run into with this particular ink, that it just hides so much. And now if you like the shimmer inks, great. This is a great ink and go for it. But it only comes in that tiny, tiny bottle. The 1.1 has no feather, no spread, no halo, no sheen, no shade. Glitter. The extra fine has no feather, no spread, no halo, no sheen, no shade. 15 seconds to dry. The medium gives us no feather, no spread, no halo, no sheen, no shade. 19 seconds to dry. The scrubby says we should have color variation, and I have no doubt that it's actually there in the writing. I have tested this ink without the shimmer particles where I siphoned it off the top, and this is a much nicer ink without the shimmer for me. But, you know, you want the shimmer, go for it. The smear, I think you could recover this. So I went and I tested this on White Lines paper. The White Lines paper gave us no bleeding except in a scrubby and a couple little spots with the 1.1. So there are spots it's going to be bleeding through, but basically this goes okay. It went okay with the medium and with the extra fine. The 1.1 gave us no feather, no spread, no halo, no sheen, no shade. The glitter still shows up. It's still there. It's still strong. The extra fine. No feather, no spread, no halo, no sheen, no shade. 2 seconds to dry. The medium still gives us no feather, no spread, no halo, no sheen, no shade, and 2 seconds to dry. Again, there's so much glitter, and I had to turn the light down in order to make sure that you can see it. So a lot of this being normal lighting is messing with the video in post, which made this a tremendous pain in the butt to deal with. Telling you that now as I'm filming it because I've had to refilm it. The scrubby shows us that we're not going to get any color variation on this paper. It shows us that we're going to get tons of that shimmer. The smear test says we can recover this if you smeared it, but if you smear it, you are going to get glitter all over your hands for the next month. I don't know. It takes a little bit to get it off because that glitter gets right into the grooves, right into your actual fingerprint. And scrub, and then throw that sponge out, or it's going to get on you again. Throw the washcloth out. I don't know. I don't even think you could wash it out of the washcloth. So that's what I have for the writing sample. Instead of finding an ink that looks like Colorverse Cat, I would prefer to find an ink that complements its color on the page. I thought Diamine Quartz Black because we needed just a dark black to offset the shimmer in this ink. Before I give my opinion on this ink, I would ask if you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. And if it's your first time here, I would invite you to subscribe. So what do I think of Colorverse Cat? The particles mean you have to continuously agitate in some way the ink inside the converter. Even if you're writing over an extended period of time, those particles go to the bottom of your converter and they tend to go, and I experience some clogging in my feed. That aside, if I was to find the right pen with the right flow, that this wasn't a problem, or if I wasn't doing larger writing sessions, this could be very worthwhile for someone that likes shimmer inks. I don't find the need to continuously agitate my pen and move those particles worth it. Thanks for watching.